Hey guys, this is Steve with Orlando Collector Deviants. We are here tonight with the Second Sight crew. We got Mr. Bradley Hawkeye Golden and Marcus H. I put Barry White to shame Roberts. And of course, we got behind the mic, the mouth, Trish Halsey. I did not give her a nickname today, so I'm sorry.
Ooh, yay! I feel special.
I was too. I couldn't figure out what the nickname Bradley until he said it. I mean, that's what you saw me sitting there real quick before the show. It was giving you your nickname because I really don't know much about you except that you are the head of Second Sight Publishing, and Marcus does talk a lot about you, but not really a lot about you. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. But let me introduce myself. My name is Bradley Golden. I am CEO of Second Sight Publishing, but I'm also the creator of Leave on the Light, Cold Blooded, Orisian, Mississippi Zombie, Sony, These Damn Kids. I've written for AP under Exciting Comics. I started with them with the magazine, and that's pretty much me. I'm just a regular guy, independent creator here, just like the rest of y'all out here grinding. I'm lucky enough to have somebody like Marcus Roberts to keep me sane and keep me going.
Now, I'm going to have to tell you guys, I did something I've never done before with you guys. I had the whole intro, if you notice, had no pictures of you guys, only of your guys' titles.
Yeah, I saw that.
And here's the thing. I have up at least 23 pictures, and that's of each different title, pretty much. You have some more in there, but I try to keep the title down to like a minute long or the intro. Yeah. So, I mean, you guys are the first ones I've ever done completely just with your covers for the whole intro. And you still had some more that I didn't even do.
And we still have some more waiting in the wings.
Oh, yeah.
As we were talking about earlier, we are a independent comic creator publishing house. And there are hundreds, thousands of independent comic creators out there that are looking to be published in the mainstream. And we are fortunate enough to be in a position to help these independent guys get that mainstream distribution and that mainstream look that a lot of them want or have been wanting in their career. So that's why we have run into people from all walks of life, from a big time drummer like Sam McCandless and a professional eating champion like Randy Santel to a hard at work comic book creator like Aaron Pahara, or even our own print managers, Larry Spike Gerald, who both of them have been in the business for at least 3 or more years. Spike has been in the business. Spike has worked for AP as well. So just getting that shot, being in the mainstream, being independent, positioning people, to us it's important, and it's really satisfying.
Now, I was going to ask, and this was going to be one of my first questions to Bradley. Why horror? Because that's the majority of a lot of your stuff is horror. Why horror genre?
Why not?
Well, I know why not, but I'm trying to do an interview.
Horror has a very strong place on my heart because that's what I grew up watching as a kid. I mean, yeah, I watched a few action movies here and there. I really wasn't into like cartoons per se. With me, it had to be the horror movies, horror books, horror comics. The nine to me is like horror just to have the most interesting stories. The characters, some of the main characters, they're not superheroes. That they don't like have superpowers, invulnerability, and anything like that. They're just normal people like you and me out here under these dire circumstances trying to survive. And that really, gravitated towards me. Then from there, I say I wanted to write horror, started Mississippi Zombie out of the basement of my mom's house.
So you're saying living in your mom's house was a horror?
In its family,
Don't say that out loud. It's gonna be a horror when she finds out.
Yeah, you didn't take her to watch the video, right? Okay, so
no.
now what is some of your inspirations? Because what was your very first one? I'm gonna go back to what was your very first one? Was it Mississippi Zombie?
Mississippi Zombie was the very first book I ever did. I actually printed it up out of an old printer and stapled it together and went to the Tupelo Con up here and sold completely out. I had like 50 copies.
I
Completely
freaking
sold
love
out.
that it was just a stapled copy and you sold them out. That is awesome.
Sold them out. Sold all the way out.
So now, how much is an original worth nowadays?
Couple of hundred.
Couple hundred. I was thinking if you get it nicely pressed, and then graded. I mean, I'm looking at maybe 500 to 1,000 right there.
Right?
Might be.
What do you think, Mark? The price for an original would be up there now, don't you think?
Mark,
I believe it. I believe it would be because we went from that book, the first book he did, and he did a couple of different versions of it. Then he brought in me and Peter Bro, and we did a version of it, and that version happened to be picked up by Caliber. And then from there, now we're about to submit our third anthology issue. So, yeah, I believe that very first stapled together issue, that'll be worth 500 to 1,000. I wish I had a copy of it.
Right?
That thing is a ghost, man. It's a ghost.
I'm gonna go on the hunt for it.
I've actually been looking for it myself, and I can't find it. I can't find it.
Now, do you think
There's
somebody's
gotta
really
be
gonna give it up?
somewhere.
You never know. Somebody might have it and think you just have it in a collection and think nothing of it. I mean, how many priceless books have you heard of that get sold to somebody because they don't they don't realize what they have, you know?
This is one of the pages from that book. That's all I have. As you can see, straight from the printer. Straight from a printer.
That is cool.
Wow.
That's the only thing I have from that book.
It's cool, but it's kind of sad because from that book you've built an empire.
Hold on, I can't hear you too well. Hold on.
I was just saying, from that book you've built an empire, and of course you have Marcus and everybody else that's helped build the empire. But you're sitting on top of that throne.
Yep, that's the man. That's Big Daddy Ed.
Now we have a comment. Now we have a comment over there.
Marcus actually posted the main cover that I used on Facebook. It was the one where the distorted zombie had the army guy, up in the air, and the other guy was on the ground trying to shoot him. That was the actual cover to that book.
Oh, that's cool.
Then it went from that to the black and white cover that y'all all know and seen before. That's kind of the EC style artwork. That's the actual second version of that.
That's the version I have.
Yes.
Because I think Marcus has tried selling me that version like 3 or 4 times.
Well,
You don't
I
have to
think
give up.
I think you got that one either Lakeland or I don't know. Did I see your Brick City?
Oh yeah, you've
Yeah.
seen me in Brixie, but I probably picked it up in Lakeland.
And then I know I got you the one with me and the one that me, Peter, and Bradley did. With the Oscar Penta cover. So,
Well, you know, whenever you guys put out something new, I usually grab it.
yeah, and you know what? That is such a big and important thing, and that's one of the reasons why one of the reasons why we love you all so much. One of the reasons why we don't mind. We'll stop our schedules to help you all out and do anything for you all because you all support us big time.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you all have bought all of my books. You all have bought the books, Bradley's books that I brought with me, the Second Sight books. I mean, you all are big supporters, and that's to us. We don't overlook that because we realize, we're still independent comic book creators, no matter what happens with the company, and we know the importance of fans and the importance of that support. So we don't overlook that.
You're still, and I say this every time I talk with you or talk with Paige. You two are always out there in front of your table trying to catch somebody's eye, and that's one of the that's one of the things that I always complain about these conventions. Look, I was just at Tampa, and I think there was only one independent creator that actually looked up from their table to say anything,
Wow.
Yeah, and I don't know what to tell those guys who are chair bound, but I'm going to stand up. If I can't be in front of the table, I'm going to at least be standing up behind the table. As people walk by, I'm going to speak. If I see you got a T-shirt on with Spider-Man on it, then I just may have a comic book over here that you like, and I'm going to point it out. It's engaging with the fans, engaging with even like when we did your con, the Olo con, just engaging with the people walking by. Hey, how's it going? Are you enjoying the con? What do you think so far? That makes it memorable for those people who come to that con, and they'll come back to you and say, "Hey, man, I really enjoyed it. You had nice people there. They were really, it has a positive ripple effect." So we're going to continue doing it.
Oh yeah. Well, Roberto says OCD rocks. Thank you, Roberto. We try.
Now, Roberto also is a very big independent comic book supporter here in the state. He's one of those guys that attends the cons up and down I-4. So we see him all the time. And it's like every time he's there at the table, you got anything new? You got anything new? When something new coming out, somebody's got something new. He's a real big supporter of the independent comic book creators here.
Yeah, he is. And Alfred Pennyworth said, I was at Central Florida Comic Con in Lakeland and bought 2 books. He's actually a creator himself. He just had a successful Kickstarter for Green Tempest.
Okay.
Along with Javier Lugo.
Ah.
And then Mike Thompson, who is one of the local artists here in Florida. I try to stand up when I'm not drawing, when I'm at my table. Luckily, my wife starts some conversations engaging that gets me to look up. And he is such a great artist. He's always drawing something.
Yeah, they make a good team because he could sit there and draw, and everybody can watch him, and she'll draw him in.
Yep, she sits there.
Yeah.
She's the talker. She's the one who brings them in everything. So, and then we got Martin saying Olo was a great show. Thank you, Martin. Another independent creator and publisher from Cosmic
what's going
Time.
On, Martin? Cosmic Times.
Lord.
He and Heidi. What's happening, Heidi? If you're out there, yeah.
Now, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, during the cons, once again, particularly in this vicinity that we do them, we not only get to see people frequently, but we start to become friends. So now when you go to these cons, you are looking for these people.
No. we don't become friends, we become family.
That's right. We become family. There it is. So we're looking for these people. It's always a pleasure seeing Martin and Heidi strolling in there with Cosmic Times, because they're going to come by and they're going to make sure they speak. We're going to make sure we speak. Sometimes we're right across from each other, and I always enjoy that.
Oh yeah, Martin can talk. He has stories, and he says, "I'll be seeing you cats at MegaCon."
Oh yeah, we'll be there. Bradley's coming too.
Gonna have the whole crew from Second Sight there. There's gonna be Marcus, Bradley, Paige, Alfred. You said Spike, and who else did you guys say?
Austin,
Janikowski.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Janowski. I want to say Janikowski so bad for some reason. Austin Janowski, also Aaron Pahara, and we'll have and we're hoping Jonathan Hedrick will be able to join us as well.
Martin says #con family. Yep. And then Mike Thompson says, does Second Sight have a Facebook page?
I'm getting there.
Yes, sir. Second Sight Publishing LLC.
Trish will tag it here in a second. She's not watching cat videos. I'm actually seeing us over there. That's a good change.
It's Marcus, my buddy.
There you go.
That's right. That's right. I tell this story all the time, and I never get tired of saying it. You two were one of the first sets of people to interview me. You all, just how you all welcomed me onto the con scene, welcomed me into the con family, as Martin says. You know, it is just satisfying. It's gratifying to meet true and honest people who are genuine. When they say they support you, they genuinely mean they support you, and they put their money where their mouth is.
Yeah, I'm one of the few. If I tell you I'm going to come back, I will come back.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely.
Because at some of these cons, you guys know, it's so crowded at the time. It's like, I'll come back when I can sit and talk a little bit more without all these people pushing me around.
Oh yeah, because well, you all know how I am. When I see you, I'm going to step out. I'm going to talk to you. But if somebody hits the table, it'll be, I'll talk to you later. I'll catch you when you come back around.
And that's no problem. I mean, Bradley, when you picked up Marcus and Paige, I'm going to tell you, you got two of the best people here in Central Florida. I mean, with Paige, and I am not lying when I tell you, at one convention, he tried selling me his book 3 times, and I had already bought it the first time.
He's very persistent. He's very persistent. And Marcus is too. Marcus is.
But you got 2 different people there and 2 different selling style. I mean, Marcus romances you into it, and Paige is right there. Look, this is my book. Look at it. You won't want to look. You won't want to buy it unless you look at it. You know.
Yeah, that's Paige.
Marcus will sweet talk you into it. You know what I'm saying? Rock you up into it a little bit. After like, buy my book. Buy it. You know you want it. You got great artwork, good storyline, awesome cover. Get it.
It also helps that he's like 7 foot tall, and he looks down at you like, you're gonna buy it. Yes, I am. Here's my money.
Yeah, imagine me standing between those 2 6'5" giants, Bradley and Paige.
Man,
that little teddy bear sitting in the middle.
6'5". I don't know what happened.
We got another question for the Second Sight crew. What is your table number at MegaCon? I'll look for you when we are there.
We are at booth 413, and if everything holds true, as soon as you walk into the vendor area, as soon as you walk in from the tickets, go to your left and you'll run right into us. We're right there in that first row of vendors in the vendor area.
And knowing those guys, you're not going to be able to walk by anyway.
Oh yeah. I mean, you just listen for Barry White. I mean, and you will have it, because the more Marcus is selling, the deeper his voice gets.
Don't tell them all my secrets, man. Don't tell them all my secrets.
Oh, so I shouldn't tell them that you have MegaCon set up that when you're selling that there's turn the lights down low when you start talking to them and just get them in the mood.
I asked him
if I could have some slow music playing, but they said nah, not this time.
Romancing them into a purchase.
Exactly. Now, Mike says he's got it, and they are at booth 487A in Artist Alley.
Y'all are like in the back. Oh,
well,
they're in the Artist Alley area.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bradley and I are gonna have to take turns going back and forth because, like I said, we're in the vendor area. You know, we're glad to be there, but all our creators are in Artist Alley, so we have to make a trip all the way through to the back of the area to go see those guys. But I got to get around and walk. You know, MegaCon being as big as it is, it's going to take at least 45 minutes to an hour just to get from one section to the other.
Oh, yeah. Well, if you guys need help in Artist Alley, Kelsey is actually, she just got her assignment because she works at MegaCon every year. And she just got her assignment. She is going to be in helping the pros in the artist comic area. So if they need help, look for Kelsey, and she will direct you where you need to go.
Okay, yeah. We have a section there, tables 84 through 90 for the second sight creators. So 84A through 90A. I'm
looking forward to getting a picture of everybody.
Oh, yeah. Well, Trish wants to get a picture of everybody together at some point.
That's cool.
Well, we'll try to make that happen.
So, like, if I'm not there, text me. I will walk rapidly, not run.
I won't.
And Mike says, yeah, he's in the top corner. Alfred says Marcus is a great salesman for sure. And the Gray Ghost, Gray Hollow says, what is going on?
What's going on, Gray?
Because he actually got to come out for Tampa Comic Con. It was his first convention in a year, almost 2 years.
Wow.
And he still has, see, Gray has this thing. He can always tell, no matter what, when a camera is focused on him. And he did not lose it he's sitting there, he's drawing, he's doing something, and Trish goes over to take his picture, and the minute she takes it, he looks up. And this is a crowded convention, and he still looks up. He knew that somebody took his picture.
He could feel the disturbance in the force.
It must have been that.
Now let's see. Okay, and Bradley, he is the one that did the Riddler. That's right behind me, right there.
Okay.
See,
hey, pan down a little bit. Pan down. Oh man, look at that stormtrooper.
Oh yeah,
I likes that.
And those are the pixel beads.
Oh man, that's nice.
Yeah.
I'm a little jealous.
Well, a lot of people tell me that over my wall of originals. This is my wall of originals that everybody knows. Everything on this page is an original, some kind of original artwork. I got all different mediums. As you can see, I got wood burning. That's original.
Yeah, that Vader. Yeah, look at that too.
And then I got up here as you see the Inspire, which is actually real melted crayons on it. I just fell in love with it the minute I saw it.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I got acrylic painting up there with the Punisher. I got drawings. I got all kinds of paintings. I mean,
Yeah, we even got the paper one.
yeah, we even got the paper one from It's All Geek to Me, which is that one right there, which is
That's
all paper.
all cut paper.
Man.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
one,
That's
this one's colored pencils, right there.
I was looking at that.
That's from Monica Ravenwolf. Marcus probably knows the Ravenwolves. Monica and Graven.
I do. I actually want Monica to do a cover for me because I love her art style. I'm big on that painted art style. And being a horror person, particularly from the books in the 70s, they all had those painted covers. So I'm really attracted to the painted art style, and I love her artwork. I sit there once again going back to the con situation. We see each other, we all know each other. I talk to her husband at the cons, and I sit there and look at her artwork like, wow, you all stuff is beautiful over here.
But he's just as good because I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you like all my turtle stuff over here. If you see the Rafa over there, and the Bebop and Rocksteady is all his artwork.
Yeah.
So that's all his.
Is that an arcade?
Oh yeah, that's my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Man, get out of here.
I got the. Let's see if I can go over here. I also got the Marvel one with the Punisher because everybody knows I'm Punisher. My house is a museum, man.
Wow.
Let's see. Gray says calling it a sixth sense about knowing about pictures. And Mike says, I may have missed the beginning of the video. What does Second Sight specialize in or sell? Comics, man. They are like the most up and coming publisher in comics. But I'll let Bradley and Marcus tell you what they do.
Well, we are an independent comic book publishing house. We publish independent comic book creators. Out of the maybe 35, 40 some odd titles we publish, at least 30 of them are other people's titles who publish their works through us to get into the mainstream.
Short and sweet.
That's it in a nutshell.
There we go. They
sell dreams.
There you go. They sell dreams.
Yes, absolutely.
I promise I won't charge you for that. That one's free.
Because I'm sure over here mentally writing it down.
We sell dreams.
Right. I love it.
All right.
Alfred says, you need some art from me, Steve. I saw a few empty spots on the wall. Yeah, I still have a few empty spots. I mean, if you guys could actually see my house, I don't have a lot of empty spots. There's a few left. But like over here, I got my comic book pages that are from actual comic book. Like I have Archie. I have stuff from Silver Sight. I have all kinds of stuff. I have autograph wall, which has a signed Friday the 13th, the final chapter script. We have a T-shirt with Wonder Woman signed by George Perez. I have all kinds of different walls and what they symbolize in my house.
Well, you need to get Bradley. Here's a little known fact about Bradley Golden. Bradley Golden is an artist. Bradley Golden actually went to art school.
Art school, yeah.
He knows it.
Did you have to draw the little turtle head?
No, I had to draw fruits. A lot of fruit. If you remember back in the back of comics or whatever,
if you can draw this turtle head, send it in, and you could get into our art school. And I was like,
actually, that was the one for Kirby School of Art. I did that and I passed, but I didn't go. You know.
But at least I don't feel too old. You remember what I'm talking about, so
I know. Yeah, the Kirby School of Art. Yeah.
And I think every one of us, whether you had any artistic ability or not, still sat there and tried drawing that turtle.
I didn't try to draw it. I'm not gonna lie. I knew I was not an artist. I have known for many, many, many years. My drawings were so bad when I took art in school, my teacher had me mix and paint.
See, I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad. My best friend in high school was like the school's top artist, and I had like 5 art classes, and I barely scraped by with a C. I used to look at him like, can you just draw something just so I can pass?
Look, even my stick figures ask me, what is this?
And I think that's why I resonate with Marcus so well.
Oh my goodness.
So no, I have big time artist envy. I'm not gonna lie. Big time artist envy.
Oh my goodness, Mark. Me and you gonna talk about this later.
That's why when he asked me, that's why when Bradley asked me, well, what do you think of the art? I said, well, what do you think?
Yeah.
Now, I can tell you. I can tell you.
Straight to Larry. I need some help.
I may not be able to draw, but I can tell you good artwork. I mean, or I wouldn't have the wall behind me.
Yeah.
I mean, that's. If you see the Aquaman, right there.
Oh yeah, that's all.
The creator of that Aquaman hates it. He's actually offered me money to take it off of my wall.
But it ain't
It's
coming
not
down.
that bad.
No, I love it, and he hates it. And that's Mr. John Pinto. He hates that artwork. He is offered to give me other artwork to replace it. And it's like, no, I love it. I would never have picked it up if I wouldn't have loved it. He sold it to me cheap because he hated it, but he never knew it was going up on the wall.
Huh.
But I'm a big Aquaman fan, and that is just, I mean, it's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
See, art is just whoever likes it.
Art. I'm going to put it this way: how I look at it this way: art is not in the eye of the artist; it's in the buyer.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Because most artists, what I've learned over all these years, do not like their own work.
They are some of their biggest critics. Artists are their biggest critics.
I like that at some point.
Like my lady over here.
Oh,
saw her in Ocala.
Which one?
That's
that
nice.
one with the rainbow hair.
Yeah,
rainbow hair. Yeah, right there. Okay.
I still don't remember who the artist is, but I walked by that all day, and every time I came back to it, and it's like, I've got to go home with her. I don't know why.
The preacher's talking to you. By me.
She was talking to me.
Well, and if you look at this one right here, Rocket and Groot. I hate Rocket and Groot. Okay, I do. I hate it. They became such a thing, and they were over everything. I hate Rocket and Groot, but I fell in love with that picture. And I told the people I would meet them at the local comic book shop because I had to buy it because I fell in love with it.
Wow.
Let's go back to the comments real quick. Travis Gibbs. I've been drinking a little bit tonight. He says nice. And
what's going on, Travis?
Hey, Travis.
And then Mike Thompson says, I've always been hesitant to try to sell my original comic strips. I've made at convention. I usually just sell fan art that I make. When I was younger, I made several comic ideas for newspaper strips. Never got accepted, but had quite a few of original creations that I still draw. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, Marcus, if you saw his artwork, you'd probably recognize who he is. He does a lot of like the 90s cartoon style artwork.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he has one of my favorite. I love his Ed, and Eddie stuff.
Oh,
Okay.
that's my show. That was my show.
The Disney afternoon stuff. He has all that kind of artwork that he's created for that. He is a really great artist. I unfortunately do not have any of his original work. I have a couple prints of his, but not any of his original.
Well, he said he's going to be in a booth that was, what, 437A?
I'm definitely going to check him out. I got to give me some original.
Now, he's going to be in 487A.
487.
I'll be over there, Mike.
Yeah, we'll definitely go by and check him out. I mean, and even though, you know, I laugh and joke about not being able to draw, I still appreciate good artwork. And I in college, I had to take a class. They call it a skate class. And I said, okay, I'm going to take art appreciation as my skate class. And ended up learning some things because in order to pass the final, you had to recognize different art styles. You had to be able to, you know, give detailed descriptions about a picture from the style of it and be correct about it. So I had to learn some stuff, and that deepened my appreciation of art. And then having friends that are artists and actually see them working, to me, that is mind blowing to see somebody pull an image or thought from their mind and it travels through their hand and on the paper. That is mind blowing to me.
Oh, trust me, I totally understand. I think my fascination, I told you, my best friend was the top artist in my school. And I think my fascination and love for art came from watching him create, because he could create things just from his mind that I couldn't even comprehend, you know, and the shadowing and the detail. It's like, I wish I could do that stuff. I mean, because I did in high school, I took my senior year, I had so many free periods. I took all art classes because, like you said, skate classes.
Yeah.
The only class out of that I was ever really good at was like the sculpting stuff. I could sculpt, but I couldn't draw.
Yeah. No, drawing not my thing. I can even do a little. I can do a little with a knife, but no, I just can't draw.
Like Trish says, she preferred what?
When they had cooking class, I was okay.
Class too,
Sewing class, not so good. Art class, really bad. So yeah, I can nail wood together.
Oh yeah.
Now, and see, that's the thing. I was aces in shop class. I helped build a shed and all that stuff, which kind of tells you what I do for a living.
Yeah.
Let's go back to comments real quick, guys. Gray says Pinto is way too critical of his artwork. He's the one who did Aquaman.
That's an understatement.
Yep. And Mike says, Pam says we need to fix that about me having original artwork. And then he tells you guys, awesome, thanks, about you guys wanting to come check him out.
I'm definitely going.
And
487.
Then we got Aaron. I'm not gonna say his last name
because he's gonna mess it up.
I'm gonna mess it up, Aaron. Even though I've had you on the show, he's actually an independent comic creator. He's saying
Roblowski.
Roblowski.
Is that an O or E?
As an E. Roblowski.
Yep. Roblowski. Yep. And he has a Kickstarter that I backed, and we had him on the show a few months ago. And oh man, you guys are. I'm gonna have you guys on a lot more because I'm getting all these comments.
You guys are popular.
We got Boris. Boris is one of my favorite people in the world. He's actually going to be on the show next Thursday, and he says Boris loves collecting art. He fills the walls of the master's parlor and drawing room with pictures of Don Knotts and Tim Conway, painted by Boris Vahalo and Frank Frazetta.
Yeah. I back in the day, I was a real big Savage Sword of Conan fan. So I used to, as soon as I saw a cover, I could tell you whether that was a Joe Jusko cover that did it, whether it was Frank Frazetta that did it. I mean, Frank Frazetta's art style is one that it's just very recognizable. You know Frank did this. It's one of those styles. And it was the same thing with Joe Jusko. You know Joe Jusko when you see it. But yeah, I was a big Savage Sword of Conan guy. It was the covers that drew me in.
That's cool. Sorry, I'm looking at the comments. I'm not ignoring you, Marcus.
Oh, I see you reading.
Gray says, fun fact, I was the worst artist in his art class.
That's funny how that comes up later.
I want to know who the hell was the best because I love his artwork.
I know.
I mean, you like now, Bradley. You said you like Ed and Eddie.
I do.
He has the most awesomest plank drawing. We don't have plank.
Oh, I thought you had plank.
No, I don't have plank. I have the print, but it wouldn't be on my wall.
Right.
On my wall, I have Riddler, but he has the most. He's like the only person I know that has drawn just plank, which is so cool. And he brings plank alive.
You know, another fun fact: the only tattoo I have was done by Gray.
Yep, another fun fact. Trish only has one tattoo, and Gray did it for her.
All right. Yeah, I think that's something that is really overlooked, the skill that tattoo artists have. Like, I can't just do a tattoo. I can't draw. I already said that. So imagine me trying to do a tattoo.
I want a Marcus stick figure tattoo.
Right.
and even that stick figure is gonna be like, what the hell, man? But yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of tattoo artists that, I mean, they are naturally.
They're true artists. They are true artists.
Like, people say, hey, I want a picture of such and such on my arm. And it's like, okay, I don't need paper to trace. I don't need to trace anything, man. Just sit there in the chair and let me go to work.
I know. And that's the thing. With my
they pull it out of their head, like I was saying before. They pull that out of their head, out of their imagination. It like travels to their arm, and they're able to just translate it on either paper or arm or whatever.
That's the thing. My next tattoo, I only have one myself, and it's of the Punisher because everybody knows that's me. But my next one, I want to get from somebody I know who's a true artist because it's artwork. I don't want to just go to the parlor and get some, random. I want something that they actually have the passion and I can explain to them what I want and they give me their variation of it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. An original, truly tattoo piece of artwork that's on you.
Exactly. Because I kind of have in my head what I want my next one to be, but I want their version of it, Yeah. That's why, if you guys notice, when I was kind of showing my original, I have all kinds of different Punishers on my wall. Each one is that artist's version of the Punisher. I don't want what's in the comic book. I want what's in the artist's head. Their version.
Yeah. Punisher happens it happens to be one of those characters that is not so much his look that makes him what he is his attitude, is like his demeanor, his actions. Those are the things that make him the Punisher. He is the Punisher because he's got dark hair and the cool sweatshirt on. He's the Punisher because he'll gun down 50 men in a minute.
Without even thinking about it.
Without even thinking about it. In the back in the days when they had the Ultimate Universe with Marvel, one thing I liked about the Ultimate Punisher, one of the comic books when it introduced him, it said one thing: the Punisher gets busy. It just had different panels of him shooting people. That's what he did. He gets busy. That's how he gets busy.
That Joker.
Huh?
Behind his head. The Joker.
Oh, the Joker behind his head?
Yeah.
Trish is saying about the Joker behind your head. Right there.
Okay. Yeah. Oh.
With the light on it? That's cool.
Yeah, with how the light is portraying it.
I actually had a guy who followed me from day one. Great friend of mine. He asked me what characters I love. I told him I like the actual Joker, but he asked me which Joker. I like the Heath Ledger Joker. So he drew that up for me at a book signing. I want to say about 4 years ago. Oh, not that's right here. And of
He
course,
was showing off his newspaper article.
I'm showing my newspaper article.
Oh, yeah.
Look at you.
Yo, storyteller.
Hey,
Man,
well, it's all about showcasing yourself. If you don't do a shameless plug, you ain't doing it right.
Okay.
But yeah, that's my prized possession right there. Joker. I love you.
It's very good.
It is. Because Heath Ledger Joker is my favorite Joker.
Oh, yeah.
I know a lot of people go back to Jack Nicholson and all that, but Heath Ledger just did such a great job.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. And believe it or not, some days I think he be actually talking to me. Like I be writing yeah.
That's all those horror movies you watch.
Yeah, I be here writing these damn keys. And when I'm stuck, I look up right at him. And he's sitting like, now you know what you need to do. I need to get a little more demented. Okay. So
And the funny thing is, this is a true story. I could call Bradley at 2:00 in the afternoon, and he and his mom and his sister, they all sitting there watching a horror movie.
Yeah.
My kind of people.
Exactly.
Like, hey man, I gotta call you back, man. We watching this movie, and I hear somebody screaming in the background. Like, okay, well, it's family time, family TV time. So go ahead.
Oh yeah.
Okay, let's hit these comments real quick, guys. You guys are giving me more comments, so I'm happy. Cool as heck. Another artist and independent comic creator. Just don't tell an artist I can't even draw a stick figure. That is so cliche. But what if the artist says that? I mean,
That's a problem.
and then Mike Thompson says he'll save Bradley. He'll save you an Ed's print for you.
Thank you.
And then Aaron laughing every time because I can't ever pronounce his name.
Robolowski.
And then Mike's, what's your favorite live action Punisher? I'm gonna have to tell you, I love the Netflix series. The Netflix series, I mean, I wish they would have made a third season because it was just getting into its rhythm. But if you want to go with the movies, I really loved Ray Stevenson in Punisher Warzone because that one depicted the true essence of the Punisher.
Of what Punisher is. Yes, it did.
Yeah.
Which one was that one?
The War Zone. That was what we
Punisher
actually
War
got.
Zone.
You probably don't remember it. I remember it because it's when we first got to see the first version of Jigsaw on the big screen.
On the big screen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mine is the
that.
one where they live in that apartment building.
Yeah, yours is the Jane
you're
Thompson
talking about
one.
that
Yeah.
one? Oh.
That's the one I like.
Yeah, that's her. But she likes to water down stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Punisher
man.
wasn't meant-
They were pulling
Punisher is not
piercings out
meant
of his
to be
face.
watered down. You know,
Yeah.
the Punisher is gritty, blood, guts, gore, slice your mama's throat, all that. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's what Punisher is.
I like the
That's why-
Netflix version. I did like the Netflix version.
Now, don't
But-
get me wrong. Netflix version was great because they still brought out the gritty that in Daredevil season 2 when they had the prison scene and he took out everybody and he's just covered in nothing but blood. That is like one of the most iconic scenes, I believe.
Yeah.
But
I agree.
movie
wise,
it's
Punisher
Warzone.
Warzone. Yeah.
It's got to be Warzone.
Yeah, because he like even though in the comic books he's always depicted as some big muscular guy. Yeah, in my mind, he isn't the big muscular guy. He still may be a big guy, but it's not that so much that he's muscular. He's just vicious. And in Punisher Warzone, he was vicious. He was to me the perfect Punisher because it's like even though they were trying to give him a little soft side, you know, with the little girl, he wasn't trying to be the stepfather. Like, you just in the way. I'm trying to kill everybody.
Yes,
Yeah, like in the Thomas Jane where he felt bad when the guys were getting tortured because of him. You know, no, that's not.
That's the girl version.
Yeah, it's the girl. It's the safe for family version,
right?
Yeah. The only good thing about that movie was that it was filmed in Tampa.
Yeah. And you had oh God, who was it that played the wrestler Nash?
Kevin Nash.
Kevin Nash played the Russian.
Yep.
Fine, I'm not going to tell you guys what I like anymore.
They all know you
like that, Trish.
They all know you like Dirty Dancing and Pretty Woman and
of course
and Princess Bride.
Princess Bride.
Hey.
Anybody want a peanut?
I do like Pretty Woman. You know, I do like Pretty Woman. And I like the one that Mel Gibson did where he know what women thinking.
What women want.
Oh, yeah.
I love that too. I mean,
okay, thank you, Bradley. I like you again.
Okay.
Phantasm
like
tops my list. Phantasm tops my list.
I heard they were supposed to do a new Phantasm, but I never saw it ever come out. They were supposed to have the tall man come back, and I never. We're talking about the same Phantasm, right? With the balls.
Yeah, we're talking about the same.
Yeah.
That movie has like just haunted me my whole life. From the very first time I saw that movie, and the flying balls were scary enough, but the tall man,
lanky.
Oh man, that's like that was like the creepiest dude in movies ever.
And that is one of the most underrated horror franchises out there. I mean, it is a franchise. They did have the sequels, and they were all good. I mean,
one of the few.
You don't hear people. You're one of the first I hear talking about it.
Oh man, like I said, that movie tops my list. That is one of the movies that no matter when it comes on, I'm gonna watch that movie.
See, and I don't see it come on very often. That's the thing. It's another one.
No, it doesn't.
Now, back in the day when Sci-Fi Channel used to be cool, you could catch it every once in a while.
Yeah.
But you can't. They don't show it that often anymore.
Well, that movie, it was scary. it was scary. Like I said, that's my number one. My number two actually is A Nightmare on Elm Street, because it was like I would not go to sleep after that. I'm drinking coffee.
Now, see,
I
I
do you
had
one better. I do you one better. My first horror movie was the old movie called House.
I
About every
love
night
House.
at 12 o'clock.
I love that.
House was good, yeah.
That had me sold right there.
Well, see,
sold.
I have to go over the Marcus because my number one would have to be Nightmare on Elm Street, just because, guys, and you have to give this one to me. I grew up on Elm Street.
True fact.
That is a true fact.
I
I'm
completely
not.
understand that. Yeah. Elm Street, you can't sleep at night because you wondering if you're gonna be next. You know.
Yeah. The two movies that got me as a kid was Poltergeist and Elm Street. Because Poltergeist, I had one of those huge ass trees right outside my window, and you could see the shadows of it on the wall at night.
Oh man.
So that just freaked the hell out of me, you know. And then my grandma actually made me one of those clowns before it was a poltergeist thing. Yeah, that thing got buried in my freaking closet and under everything after that movie.
But I'm honestly shocked that you remember the movie House, because so many people do not know about that movie.
Oh man, with Bull from Full Court. Oh yeah, no man, that was, and Norm from Cheers. I can't, and the guy from Greatest American Hero. I can't remember his name, but no man, I remember all that. And then number two, they put it into a comedy, and then they skipped number three and went straight to number four.
Number four, yeah.
What was his name? Cat Williams, right? The guy who was in House.
William Cat.
William Cat. There we go.
Yeah.
Where he was the author and got the house from his grandmother.
Grandmother, yeah.
And his kid disappeared into the house. Oh man, that was a great movie from back in the day.
Yeah.
I know what he's gonna be looking for now.
You can find it on Tubi. You can find it on Tubi. All of them.
Okay, we gotta catch up. I'm sorry, guys. We gotta catch up on some comments because we got a lot going on. We got hold on. We got Roberto, who says my son is really good at drawing, but he doesn't like his stuff, so he only focuses on writing. I try to motivate him to do art also, just to work on his skills. Any advice, Bradley?
What I would say, I'm actually going through the same thing with my kids. I'm at the moment. I want her to write, but she wants to draw, and she's like, she can't bring her ideas out and put it on paper properly yet. So she gets mad. She goes to drawing. My thing, what I would say is, don't force him or her to do something that you don't want them to do. I mean, they don't want to do. If he's not happy with his art style, show him other styles that he can adopt and try. And who knows, that might be the style for him or her. That's what I would do personally. Don't force them to do something that they're not really, used to doing. He wants to draw, let him draw. Just show him different artist styles and see what style he like. Then go from there.
I actually have met Roberto's son, Uni, and he is an excellent artist. He has a lot of potential. He brought me one of his comic books to a con, actually, one of his homemade comic books. And it was very detailed in the drawing, very detailed in the writing. He has a lot of skill going either way. So just like what Bradley just said, you can't force him to be an artist if he wants to be a writer, because he can do both. And I know, because I know him, I know he can do both. So let him develop his writing skill, and he may fall back on the artistry later.
and change the style up to one that fits him.
Now, see, I'm jealous because now I want a Roberto Son's comic. Hey, I love all that stuff. You know, I love all that stuff.
Well, once again, going back to what we first talked about with the cons, and you get to see people, you get to meet them, and you become friends, you become family. So I've had the opportunity to meet Roberto's son. I call Roberto's son for his birthday and wish him a happy birthday. Yeah, he is that big of a supporter.
You don't do that for me, and I've known you for like 4 years now.
You didn't. Trish hadn't given me your birthday yet. Yeah, if she give me the number, let me know when your birthday is. I'll give you a call.
He don't do it for me, neither. He don't do it for me, neither. He don't. He don't.
Well, you don't even do it for the boss man. Come on.
What can I say? What can I say? It's one of those things where when you have young fans, when you talk to young people, and it's more than just encouragement. It is like showing them that you actually, especially if you have told them, I like your stuff, I want to see you succeed, I want to see your stuff, being a person of your word. I like his stuff, I want to see him succeed. I'm happy when Roberto brings him around to the table. He's one of the few people that I will stop what I'm doing to talk to, because I know he has made a special trip to come see me, to come talk with me.
Well, see, I see it as this. This is what's going on in my head. You already got the job, so you don't got to kiss the boss's ass anymore.
That's so true, too.
You can't get rid of the boss happy birthday. So,
yep, can't get rid of me now.
Okay, let's go back to comments real quick, guys, because we got a crap load here. Okay, we got Boris who says, "Oh, and greeting from Scuzzlebutts. The master found new place to find interesting women with no morals, right on the strip of downtown Okahumpka tonight." They're showing an old Bill Bixby Incredible Hulk TV show marathon, and the exotic dancers are all green and wearing ripped pants.
What?
Okay.
Let me, because I did not tell you about Boris before we started the show. Boris is one of our good friends and very big supporters of the show. Let me show you a picture of him so you get kind of an idea of who he is, Bradley. Okay. This is Boris. Now, he is also a big supporter of Second Sight. He loves horror comics, and he actually reviews them. He's actually reviewed, I believe, Mississippi Zombie, if I'm correct. And
if we're wrong, Boris.
And he can tell me if I'm wrong, but I believe he did do that. So
I think he got copies of issue 1 and issue 2.
Well, I definitely need to get these damn kids and Arisi into them, and a few other hard titles we got coming out.
He is also part of a podcast called Monster Manor with Scott C. Fenster on Saturday nights. They've been on hiatus for a little bit, getting ready for the con season because they do that stuff too. So, but he is the celebrity on that. Every time they have that show, like I said, he's a big supporter of ours since the beginning. He Olo was his first convention ever to appear at, and so that's where Marcus actually got to meet him.
Yep, that's where I met him at, and like I said, he picked up copies of. I think he got not only the Mississippi Zombies, but I think he got a Leave on the Light too.
We'll find out because I'm sure he'll comment down here. But let's go to his next one. Let's see. We got Aaron says, "Isn't the Netflix Punisher going to MCU?" Yes, it's supposed to be going to the MCU, but it is Disney, so it's going to be watered down.
Very watered down.
I don't think we'll see the same freedom that Netflix had with it. I'm hoping, but I don't see it.
No.
And what the one thing with the Netflix Punisher that I couldn't stand was Jigsaw, even after being scarred up, was still a pretty boy, and he was never supposed to be.
Yeah.
No, he's not. He's not.
I mean, he was supposed to be so disfigured it looked like a jigsaw puzzle putting his face back together. Come on, I mean, he wasn't supposed to still look pretty. I mean, he looked prettier than me, and he's had scars on him.
That's why I love the Warzone movie so much, because they got it right.
Exactly.
And then thinking about, I mean, this dude is in this glass grinder being ground up. Oh man, I love that scene.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
Mm.
Now, Cool says the Thomas Jane one was passed on the Garth Ennis comic run, and that's why it was kind of watered down. Boris says Warzone seemed to capture the comics better than any other movie, though if they had really put the time and effort as well as the budget into the Dolph Lundgren film, it may have really surprised. I don't know. I can't.
I can't see that.
No.
I see that.
Dolph Lundgren was just not the Punisher.
I cannot
No,
see
he
that.
wasn't.
I mean, he just wasn't the Punisher.
Well, just like
maybe,
he wasn't He-Man. Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
Hold on now. I like that Masters of the Universe now, especially the part when they were eating that chicken. The little thing. Hey, I love Masters of the Universe now.
Okay, I'll give you the chicken part where they were trying the chicken for the first time, but
that little playing little music.
now, and I love Skeletor from that. Frank Legera did a great job as Skeletor.
Yeah,
I think I just still, as a whole, it's one of those cult movies where you love to hate it. I watch it every time it's on. I watch
like Flash Gordon.
Exactly. I watch it every time it's on. Trish hates the fact that I watch it.
I leave the room.
You know.
Oh, Flash Gordon. Oh man.
Look, I love that movie, man. I don't care how corny it looks. I don't care how cheesy it looks with him on the rocket sled. I love that movie.
If he ever wants to be left alone, all he has to do is turn it on.
Yeah, Trish likes to. If I want to be left alone, I turn on Godzilla movies or I turn on Masters of the Universe, and she walks out of the room.
The old Godzilla movies.
The old Godzilla movies,
where their mouths don't match the words.
The Godzilla. Look, it was amazing how many creatures they could come up with for Godzilla to fight.
Wrong. You mean people?
Yeah, look, he was fighting Mothra and Earthwormy and
and an oil and an oil slick
and the oil slick, yeah. Godzilla.
Look, I grew up with Godzilla. That was an every Saturday afternoon. Godzilla was every Saturday afternoon. I grew up with it. I still love it. I love the original Kong vs. Godzilla. I watched Godzilla vs. Kong, but I still favorite the first one, the original.
So, do any of y'all remember Mighty Mouse on Saturday?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Here I come to save the day. Mighty Mouse is on the way.
Yeah, somebody stole the song. Yeah. That Ghostbusters, and then Addams Family had the cartoon. You know, man, good old days. Woo. I don't know what this crap is now.
Back. Okay, I'm going to tell you. Back when He-Man first debuted over in Colorado, where I got it, it was always Mighty Mouse before it, Heckle and Jekyll, and then He-Man. Yeah. So there was a lineup, you know. So I have the appreciation for the old cartoons, the Mighty Mouse, the Heckle and Jekyll, all that stuff, along with He-Man, you know, because you set through everything to get to He-Man.
Well, as much as I would like to join in on my love for Saturday morning cartoons, I was really kind of fickle about the early morning stuff because Johnny Quest didn't come on until around 11:30. So I would have to pick up Johnny Quest and then pick up Shazam and then the Mighty Isis.
But I never liked
And
Johnny
then
Quest for some reason.
and
I
then
never liked it.
oh, Johnny Quest was that show, man. It was Johnny Quest was it was exciting. It was that type of exciting show where it was if Scooby-Doo had real excitement and no Scooby-Doo, then it's Johnny Quest.
Now I want the cartoon with a dude that had the slope hair and the black T-shirt on, and he sounded like Elvis Presley.
Oh,
Johnny Bravo.
Johnny Bravo.
That's another one I like too. Yeah.
Well, see, and I'll give Marcus Johnny Quest when they did the reboot a few years later. Was Cartoon Network did the reboot? I like that one. The original Johnny Quest, I wasn't such a big fan of.
Oh, I was a fan, man.
Do y'all like Scooby-Doo?
Oh, love Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
Who doesn't? I'm going to tell you, I've liked certain versions of Scooby-Doo throughout the whole years.
I'm strictly old school Scooby-Doo. Old school.
Well, see, I have
to run and he hangs for like 3 minutes before he finally hits the ground and runs.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Well, I have to break out. I have to break out because I just actually answered a question similar to this on a post a few days ago. But I have to break out Hong Kong Phooey because that was
number one grotty guy.
And then Captain Caveman. You can't forget about Captain Caveman.
See, now we all showing our ages. I mean, now going back to Scooby-Doo. My daughter was telling me, and I had heard about it, but I didn't realize that next month, she believes HBO Max is going to have a new series, Scooby-Doo and Courage the Cowardly Dog are going to be to and it's like, I gotta watch
burying Eustace Bags too, since the woman that played her died. Yeah.
Yep. And I can't wait to see that because I love Courage and I love Scooby-Doo. So I gotta watch that.
And, I watched Courage the Cowardly Dog a couple of times. My daughter liked the show. I just could never get into it.
Stupid dog.
Yeah.
You made me look bad.
That was the scariest cartoon.
Trish loves Coward or Courage. Do. Yeah. God, I've had a lot of vodka.
Oh man. Yeah, somebody's feeling a little tipsy right now. Hey, how many fingers I got up?
Let's see. Depends what second you are.
Okay, all right.
Let's go back to the comments real quick because we got to catch up because they're talking about stuff that we talked about a half hour ago. Kevin Nash actually had a wrestling plot to get his long hair cut in the ring because he was cast as the Russian and needed a crew cut for the movie. That's cool. I did not know that.
Me either.
And back to Phantasm, we got flying balls, always scary.
That's what
definitely.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Mike Thompson says, "Yep, lost a hair versus hair match against Chris Jericho. After that, he shot the scenes for the Punisher." So everybody knew that except for me. Alien was my first horror. That was one of the first ones from back in the day. I mean, where that thing came out of the stomach. I mean, that was classic.
Oh, yeah. Classic. Yeah.
Boris, Phantasm had supernatural beat by a decade as far as the guys fighting evil in a black muscle car.
Oh yeah,
the Phantasm one was a Plymouth Barracuda. Boris saw Chud, and that was one that caused him to weld sewer covers shut. I love Chud.
I've never seen Chud. I've never seen Chud, but I want to watch it.
Cannibalistic, humanized underground dwellers.
I even know what Chud still means. You got to see
the
Chud, man.
The second one was more of a comedy, but that first one, that was good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up tonight.
And then Tom saying William Cat, because we're going back to the house.
I don't know whether you beat me or not, Tom, but I'm going to claim it.
And Martin Mull was the
Night
guy
Court.
from Night Court.
What's up, Tom?
And it wasn't Martin Mull, it was Richard Mull from Night Court. Martin Mull was the villain from Mr. Mom. So Tom got Boris came after Tom. Look at that. That doesn't happen very much. And Mike says, speaking of birthdays, Pam's birthday is tomorrow. Well, happy birthday, Pam.
Happy birthday, Pam.
And let's see, how could you not warn them about Boris? I usually warn everybody.
Right?
I warn everybody.
He seems like somebody I can sit down and just talk to all day. You know?
He's probably one of the few people that can look you eye to eye because Boris is not a small person.
Oh, no, he's not.
Also, he's my
and he does hell of a karaoke, too. Just letting you know.
Okay.
Tune in next week.
Tune in next week. He's going to be on next week. So come in next Thursday, and you can talk with him all day.
Write it down, Marcus. We definitely going to tune in.
Next week, we're going to be at MegaCon.
Well, yeah, you can still. We're at 8:00 at night. MegaCon's over by then.
Oh yeah,
on Thursday.
On Thursday.
And Boris says Boris did a review of Mississippi Zombie, but to do it justice, he only gets a short time on Monster Manor. He'll be releasing a large print review within the next couple weeks. Spoiler: the issues were damn good.
Well, you like them, but until you see these damn kids. Oh.
Boris, I got to make sure I get the Harvest of Horror in your hand because that is, if you like Mississippi Zombie, Harvest of Horror is going to blow you away.
And then, okay, let's go. Mike says, and Godzuki. Oh yeah, you can't have that. Was a great Saturday morning. That was a great Saturday morning cartoon. You got to admit, you know, because Godzilla always came to save the day for the humans, no matter what.
No matter what. Yep.
Okay, I liked Godzuki.
Because he always just blew out the smoke rings. That was his thing.
Hey, Jabberjaw. I forgot about Jabberjaw.
Oh, Jabberjaw was great.
Jabberjaw, yeah.
That was the aquatic version of Scooby-Doo.
It was.
And Tom says, thank you about something. I don't know what you're thanking us for, Tom.
Because that was a long time
ago.
That
was a while ago. Aaron, Mighty Mouse was my childhood in the UK. I forgot to tell you guys, Aaron's from the UK, so.
That is originally his last name. And how do you say his last name? Boris.
You tune in next Thursday and you'll find out.
Okay, all right.
Because we all know Steve said.
Voyetsky.
Okay, I've had a lot more vodka than I have mixer, so I really ain't gonna try to attempt it. He says in the original He-Man movie, they stopped funding the movie after it was half filmed. The producer was notoriously cheap, and you got the Billy Barty character with the musical water pipe because Orko was too expensive to bring to the screen. The final battle was filmed after the crew broke into the sound stage.
I did not know that, but I knew something was off on that.
Okay, now I'm going to give spoilers. Anybody who hasn't watched the newest He-Man, screw you, because it's been a couple weeks. But if you, at the very end, where he becomes Skelegod, did you not think of Masters of the Universe when he became Skelegod in Masters of the Universe?
Masters of the Universe, yeah. Yes.
And that was my first when they show him. I was like,
Holy Sword. Yep.
And it's like they did this before. This is from Masters of the Universe.
Wow.
And then if you watch the after show where Kevin Smith is saying this is the first time ever, it's like no.
Oh,
Masters of the Universe, he became Skelegod also.
Yes, he did.
So there were spoilers there for y'all. And here's the other spoiler I don't care about. Whenever you hear Skeletor talk, you're going to see the Joker in your head.
Yeah. Definitely gonna see Joker.
Everybody I talked to this weekend said the same thing. Every time Skeletor talked, you saw Joker. That's all you saw. Okay, Mike has the Johnny Bravo print also. And Johnny Quest, James Bond, X-Men, and Spider-Man. Well, X-Men is everybody. That's on everybody's list that they grew up with.
Yeah. X-Men, Spider-Man. Now, I remember there used to be a Fantastic Four cartoon, an Avengers cartoon. There was a Silver Surfer cartoon. There was a Hulk cartoon.
Now,
and this was before all the new stuff in the 2000s. But this was in the 80s, going to the 90s,
70s, and 80s. I'll give you 70s and 80s because Fantastic Four has been rebooted. I don't know how many times as a cartoon.
Yeah.
Now, I liked and I hated Captain Planet because I liked the cartoon.
No.
But I hate that they were teaching me something.
Yeah.
But
G.I. Joe taught you something at the end of every issue or cartoon also.
True. But Captain Planet they didn't do it subtly. They kind of shoved it at you.
Oh, yeah, they did. They shoved everything.
Definitely shoved it at you. Pollution is bad.
Right?
That's all it is.
Okay.
Yeah, Captain Planet was one of those that I didn't really want to watch. I would watch it because like he was a cool looking superhero, but
you didn't want to save the rainforest. You didn't want to save the tree.
No. Marcus was always going for the villain.
I was like, burn it down, throw the acid on him.
And here's the thing. I don't think anybody actually wanted to watch Captain Planet. It was just always on before something else you wanted to watch.
It was
exactly.
And I wanted to watch it. I mean, I got up early to watch it. You know? No, I'm sorry. I did. I'm a Captain Planet lover.
What was the saying by the something combined? I am Captain Planet because they go through love, heart, earth, fire.
Yeah,
all of it. Yeah,
by all you combined,
he's doing a little spin move, you know.
But you got to admit, I mean, Whoopi Goldberg as Gaia was kind of one of the first of its kind. And everybody's silent.
For Captain Planet.
I didn't know that was Whoopi Goldberg.
You didn't know that was Whoopi Goldberg as Gaia? Yeah. I mean, because she was actually a series because she had just got like the whole Oscar for like Purple. I can't even Color Purple.
Color Purple.
And then she turns around and was in Captain Planet as Gaia.
Okay.
Wow.
So you had an Oscar winner voicing a cartoon, you know,
about saving the planet.
Yep. Okay, let's go back because the comments just keep coming in. Boris was never sure about Shazam. Some old guy in a teenage high school dropout going around in a camper fighting 70s bad guys. Now, which Shazam were you talking about? No. Were you talking about Shazam the Genie or Shazam Captain Marvel? Because there was Shazam the Genie also. And let's see. Boris says, if you're really old, you'll remember Courageous Cat and Minute Mouse, Underdog, and Jabberjaw, which we all know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And MegaCon is open till 9 p.m. on Thursday. Okay, Mike, nobody's going to be there till 9 p.m. on Thursday. Nobody.
If you're there, just tune in on your phone.
Yep, that's the nice thing. You can turn into
Roberts. Are we going to be at 9 o'clock?
9 o'clock.
I guess not.
By 7:30, if it's dead, I'm gone.
Well, you got 9 o'clock on Thursday night, and then you turn around and you're there by what? You guys have to be there by like what, 8, 9 o'clock Friday morning?
Yeah.
Yep.
So I mean that's really not a good time frame. But like Trish says, even though you're till 9 o'clock, we are available on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube on any Apple or Android device.
So when you tune in, tell your neighbor.
Man, I haven't been this buzzed in a long time.
Drink some more.
That's what I said.
Well, that's what she's saying. I have to go back to work tomorrow.
Yeah, pass out on live.
No, I've never passed out. That's one thing. I'm
time for
feeling
everything,
it.
baby. First time for everything.
O.C.D. doesn't have my son's comic yet, but at least you have the Bernie meme I made of you guys. Second Sight got one also. Oh yeah, we
He done gave me the Bernie Mac meme. What?
Yeah.
Oh, I showed that meme off at work and said we made it because we had a Bernie meme. I mean,
I'm finna go in and give me some milk cookies.
We were loving it and showcasing it. We love whenever we become a meme.
Right?
Milk cookies.
Okay, Boris says the new He-Man sucked. Watched the whole series. No, you watched the first part, which was only 5 episodes. Not the whole series. And Batman never showed up like we were promised.
Batman.
Well, if you look, Batman was in heaven. He was one of the previous champions. You just couldn't see. He was there with Mossman.
What in the world?
Just think about it. For
and speaking of Batman, now I think we all can agree, even though we were kind of aged out.
I'm lost right now. I'm lost.
Even though we kind of aged out, that Batman the animated series is one of the best cartoons that came out.
Best cartoon ever made, man.
Oh, it was great. Don't get me wrong. Out of all the anime series, it was one of the best adaptations of Batman there is.
Yeah, definitely.
Boris says the Fantastic Four cartoon introduced us to Herbie. Yep.
Which was funny because you never saw him in the comic books, but he had this cartoon with the little robot.
Yep. Aaron says Toxic Avenger. I was always partial to the movie because you got to see boobies.
Of course.
The cartoon you couldn't see boobies, but the movie, oh man, Toxic Avenger, that was a great Traumaville. I mean, you got to admit, Traumaville hit gold with all their movies, and I know Bradley's watched them all. He's watched all the Toxic Avengers. He's watched Nukem High. He's watched all of that stuff.
What could I say? I love the Tatas, man. I love
See?
When
you're a kid,
I have watched them.
When you're a kid and that's what your superhero is, it's like, oh, come on.
Best thing since sliced bread.
There you go. I killing people with a mop. I mean, putting a mop through their head. Come on.
Look,
oh my goodness!
And see, you get the big combination scene in the first Friday the 13th, where the kids sneak off from everybody and they're on the cot getting busy, and then here comes Jason and he stabs both of them through the cot.
But that was actually not Jason, but it was his mom.
I like the one where he beats the woman in her sleeping bag.
Oh yeah, number 10.
Starting to wonder about you guys.
But see, the sad part is I know which one he's talking about. Number 10.
I'm so
that's Jason and that's Jason. Jason in space, and that was one of the coolest Jasons when the nanobots rebuilt him. That was so badass.
Yeah.
Jason X.
Yeah, Jason X. That was when,
oh no!
But that's when he was beating the woman in her sleeping bag.
That's the only bright spot in that movie.
And it was a hologram that he was beating. It wasn't even a real person.
Man. Oh my goodness. Oh.
But like what Marcus was saying though, that was Jason's mom that killed him with the arrow. Kevin Bacon,
Arrow, yeah.
the arrow through the
I
chest
forgot
while they
Kevin
were.
Bacon was on there.
Yeah, he was in the original.
Yeah.
But Jason didn't get introduced to the second one as the killer. Because the first one was all Jason's mom.
That's true.
She was a pretty strong woman.
Oh, hell yeah. To do everything that she was doing? Hell.
Hey.
Okay.
That's like the most recognizable sound ever.
Yes.
When you hear that, you run. You run away.
And here's the thing.
No. Jaws. Dun.
Yeah, Jaws. I have to give you Jaws.
Yeah. Yeah,
but
Jaws
and Friday the 13th, you got the two. They're both well known.
Yeah. The Friday the 13th, though, that the Jaws one really didn't give me that kind of sense of dread or fear. But with Friday the 13th, when you hear that, you're like, come on, man, you don't hear the music. He's coming. You don't hear the sound.
And it don't matter how hard you run. He gonna walk and catch you.
And he walks and catches everybody.
And tell me something. Real life, ain't nobody falling. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, come on.
Be the world's best athletes out there.
But see, this dude is like an Olympic style walker because he will walk you down.
But see, if you play the video games, you find out how he can get to everywhere because there's secret tunnels under Camp Crystal Lake. That's how he can get in front of everybody. If you watch the video games.
I've wondered how in the hell is he walking and catching these people. I mean, I'm talking about full sprint. They slow down, turn around here in front of him. How in the hell do you get from way back there?
That's because when they fall, they lay down for 5 minutes while they're walking. They don't even try to get
when
up.
a person falls, they gonna drop, they gonna roll, get up, keep running. They ain't no, well, help me.
Now, let's see. No. Hold on. We'll come back to Friday the 13th because I want to revisit this. Let's finish with the comments. We're almost caught up. Tom Cruise was the original Captain Planet. He backed out after 6 episodes, and when Tom Corbin took over, he re-recorded Cruise's episodes. Margot Kidder took over as Goldberg as Gaia after she left the show.
She got too big for the show, huh?
Well, I don't believe any of that stuff. Because I know it was Willie Ames that was Captain Planet. From Charles in Charge, and 8 is enough. There you go. I'll show my age. And then Mike says, between Spider-Man animated series and Batman animated series, which was your favorite?
Batman.
Spider-Man
was pretty good, though. I mean,
Spider-Man was good.
Batman. I mean, and I'm not a big DC guy. I have never been a big DC guy. But I would sit there and watch that Batman animated series. I do not own a Batman comic book. And I only own one Superman comic book. That's how little of a DC guy I am. But I watched both of those cartoons. And I've watched all the DC animated films.
Okay, I have some comics over here. When I see you at MegaCon, I'm going to bring you a Batman comic.
Okay.
Just so you have at least 2.
Bring him the one where Bane actually breaks his back. Now,
No, because I have that signed by Chuck Dixon, and that's mine. I'm sorry.
You got Chuck Dixon signature? Hey, check Brian's out right there. He signed the script for me. Hold on. I saw
you got Bradley started.
Yeah, they got me started. That's Pete. No, that ain't Chuck Dixon. That's Peter David. My bad. But he's my Chuck Dixon, okay? He's my Chuck Dixon.
He just wanted to show you the Peter Davis signature.
I want to show it to him.
I can't show you because Chuck Dixon's one of my favorites because he also did Punisher Run. I have one of those life-size standees, signed by Chuck Dixon that I won at one of the conventions.
Well, I don't have anything signed by Chuck, but I did work with him on a Kickstarter. It's called The Amazing Tales from the Bible back here in 2017.
Nice.
Okay. So I also have him because it's not still there, but I have video that it happened. Chuck Dixon signed my truck. He signed the hood of my truck at Infinity Toy and Comic Con.
Next. Look at.
He's trying to think of how he can outdo me.
I don't think you can top that one. Nope.
Okay.
Give it.
No,
I'm going to tell you the Florida Sun. The Florida Sun killed the autograph, but I have the video of him doing it. Of him even saying he's never signed a truck hood before.
Is the autograph still on the truck?
No, the sun has faded it off. I tried it.
Value.
Hey, you know what? As long as I have the video, it has value to me.
Right on.
There you go.
Right on.
And I'm going to say, especially when I have him on video saying he's never signed a truck hood before. Like, I'm the first.
Wow.
But I also have a Punisher. You know the Funko Pops, right?
Yeah.
I have a Punisher one that I've had numerous people who's worked on the Punisher ever sign. I've got Mark Textira. I got John Beatty. I have Chuck Dixon. And I have, oh God, no, I'm drunk. I can't remember his name. He runs DC.
Jim Lee. You're welcome.
Who signed it and was impressed that he was signing it along with everybody else on that Funko Pop.
Did we lose Marcus?
We lost Marcus. Let me bring Marcus back in.
Trying to run out.
I'm back.
Marcus was just so impressed that I had all those signatures on my Funko Pop. It just dropped him off.
It just dropped me off the map. Yep.
I can't top it, Marcus. I'm just sitting here like, damn, man.
Well,
lucky.
And
when I get you here in Florida, I'm gonna have you sign my car.
Oh wow, I can definitely do that.
I got Mike Thompson asking what I'm drinking, and I will tell you, I have Pinnacle vodka from.
I'm going.
I'm trying to get these guys as a sponsor, guys, so I have to say it. Total Wine and More. I get all my alcohol from Total Wine and More. So I got vodka going with my Tampico Zero Sugar because I am on the keto diet. So I can drink that with no gaining any weight. And then Boris says, Jason waits until you get out of sight. Then he uses one of his hidden bicycles he has stashed all over the camp to get ahead of you.
He's definitely doing something.
And then Boris says, not Tom, David Oops from Wikipedia. David Coburn, born October 31st, 1969, is an American actor. He is best known for the voice of Captain Planet in the TV series. Willie Ames is the voice of Rangers in Dungeons and Dragons cartoon and did Bible Man on stage in DVD. Are you sure? Because I'm pretty sure Willie Ames did Captain Planet. I'm pretty sure. I remember that growing up because he was all about that stuff. I could be wrong, but I was pretty sure. Ate enough, and he did Captain Planet.
Boy, comments keep coming, don't they?
Oh yeah, comments just keep coming. You guys,
You guys
are great tonight.
You guys are popular.
Marcus is
And
popular.
Mike Thompson says, "I am BD."
Marcus is popular. I'm just like I said, he's the one that really runs the company. I don't.
That's
No,
what he
you're
said.
popular because we actually get you on, so that's a good.
People actually get to see you.
Yeah,
See, beautiful.
they get to see the person behind the empire.
Exactly. The one who made all the right decisions, like hiring Marcus.
Because I have talked about you. Like I said, Trish and Steve, they have been real good about coming and interviewing and talking with me. So when I first got with the Mississippi Zombie, I was like, oh man, I met this guy named Bradley Golden. I'm gonna be writing this book called Mississippi Zombie. I have it in your hands. So they've known for a while that this is what we've been doing. This is where I've been heading. This is where I've been going. So now they finally get a chance to see you face to face.
And it is actually nice to actually see the creator of Second Sight Publishing.
It's really nice being here because I was nervous at first. After the first 30 minutes, I kind of calmed down a little bit.
Our show is all kickback. I mean, we sit and, as you see, we talk about everything because on my show I want them to know who the real you is, and I look at it this way: if their people are more likely to follow you knowing who the real you is.
Well, I'm Bradley Gold, and I am demented.
And he's also a giant, so I've been told. So now Mike has a question for y'all. He wants to know how many people will be at your booth at MegaCon.
At the retailer booth, it's gonna be just me and Marcus, but in the I can't figure out that section where all the creators are gonna be at.
Artist
Alley. We should have 6 creators over there lined up.
Yep. Tables 84A through 90A.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. There's going to be a lot of people there.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, at my convention, it's not big enough to have the whole Second Sight staff. Because if I had the whole Second Sight staff and I had the whole Silverline staff, I'd have no tables for anybody else.
Right?
You would be correct.
Because we
are independent comic convention.
We actually have signed another person here in the state of Florida, Ruben Romero, and it's titled The Agency. We'll be publishing that starting next year. Ruben and Casey Bowker, we signed them and their title Inferi. So got another Florida person down here. Not saying that some of the best comic creators come from the state of Florida, but I know a lot of guys from Miami to Jacksonville to Tallahassee, and we got some pretty good people here.
Now, I even heard that you kind of maybe poached somebody from Silverline, a certain intern that might have a story coming out your way.
Yeah, well, actually, it wasn't poaching. It wasn't poaching.
I know. I'm just saying that. Well, I know it's not poaching.
Well, I'm just saying the way it happened was like Roland. Once again, member of the family. Roland was like, "Hey, man, I got this guy here. He's really anxious to get a story out, and he's a real good guy." And I'm like, "Okay, well, yeah, send him my way." And he sent Dante Berry is the guy's name. He sent Dante to me. I got a chance to talk to him. Got a chance to read a script. I'm like, yeah, man, I will definitely publish whatever you put out. I mean, it didn't hurt that he got the recommendation from Roland, but he earned the spot in the book on his own merits because he submitted a good story.
No, Dante's a good guy. I like Dante. I like giving him hell. And of course, I like giving Roland hell.
Yeah. Roland is a real good guy, man. And it's funny, Roland is originally from Mississippi. So when I see him, I always tell him, look, man, you got to do a story from Mississippi Zombie. And just got to. You have to do that.
Oh, yeah. Collaboration between Silverline and Second Sight. The S&S going at it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's better than S&M.
Well, it depends on whether you're the S or the M.
Now, Roberto has a question for you guys. Speaking of movies, what about Second Sight properties heading towards the screen? Now, I know I've seen a trailer for at least one, and I think I saw a movie poster for another one. So you guys can answer me up.
We currently have Hanu Kasolo's book, Blood, Skulls, and Chrome, being filmed as we speak. It should come out next year. Leave on the Light, which just the poster you saw with the girl with the mouth, the hand over the mouth, that's still in pre-production. And pretty much Spirit Rider Production has signed all of our horror titles, the whole catalog, to make movies out of in the future.
That's awesome.
So just remember us, little people.
Can't forget you. Marcus ain't gonna let me.
I get
about y'all.
Marcus.
I get an interview somewhere in there before, Joe Schmo from Nowhereville. Yeah,
so if somebody asks you for an interview, just remember O.C.D. is at the top.
Definitely.
I tell you what. Since y'all got me on here finally, I'll become a regular. How about that? That way you can't drop out of touch,
Well,
I'm all for it.
I want to get Second Sight on here about every other month, anyways.
Yes.
That way we can see what's upcoming and what you guys have been doing, and just to have some fun. I've loved talking with you guys tonight. As you can see, everybody watching is loving having you guys on.
Oh man, I'm having fun. I always have fun talking with you all. That's why when Trish hit me up, I said, "Hey, Trish, yeah," and I hit Bradley up. I said, "Hey, man, you got to come on this show with me, man. You got to come on this show with me." So here we are.
Oh,
because, like you said, it is. We're just talking. We are.
Yep.
Guys, we're movie fans, comic book fans, cartoon fans, art fans, and we're just talking.
Right.
Because who would have believed, Bradley, that me and you have the love for the same movies?
Oh.
I mean, I grew up on all those movies, and it's like I still love them to my soul. I mean,
yeah.
And a lot of people sit there and say, "What are you talking about? I've never heard of that," but you have, so that makes me happy.
Yeah, House, Phantasm. We forgot about Trolls, about the little Trolls in the Komodo.
Oh,
all that.
Look, man, Puppet Master.
The Gate.
Don't forget about Puppet Master.
Oh, Puppet Man. Oh, dude, I was at a pawn shop a few months ago. And they had actual life-size version of the puppet from Puppet Master. I'm like,
one got the mask and the hand got the little blade.
Yeah, they had 6 shooters. They had blade. They had the
guy with the screw top.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, you got to tell me how much these are, because I will put them on layaway. I will do whatever I have to get them. And they're like, no, the owner has just got them on display. They're not for sale. I'm like, that's just wrong.
That's just wrong.
Because they were life size. I mean, I looked at Trish and said, they're going to be mine. I don't care what happened. They were going to be mine.
They're going home. They're going home.
That he pulled out that credit card so fast.
Wow. Just
Well,
like
I'm surprised Bradley hadn't said anything the about the movie that is his comic book. It's not so much based off of, but is similar to. And that's Shocker.
I was getting there. I was
Shocker.
getting there.
Oh
I was
Yeah.
man.
getting there.
Oh, what was his name? Oh God, I know who you're talking about.
Pinker.
Yep,
The serial
Pinker.
killer.
That was a movie,
Yep.
man.
Yeah.
Shocker. That was
That's another one that Trish hates because I sit there and I watch it, and the whole ending where they're going through TV show and TV show.
Oh,
Horace,
yeah.
Horace, Pinker, Horace. That's
Horace Pinker. Yeah.
or Horace Pinker. Yeah. So, yeah, no, that was one of my
that
favorites.
movie was a trip.
We all talking about these old horror movies, but ain't nobody mentioned The Gate. About the hole in the back of the woman.
The hole in the back of the house.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That one I remember going to the theater and seeing because they were throwing the little action figures into the hole and shit like that. Oh yeah.
Them little bitty miniature demons.
Yep. and the big demon that came out of the hole was just the cheesiest claymation type of
man, it was
demon.
solid. But it was great back then. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yes.
yeah.
Oh yes. Now I bet you I have a movie that you probably don't recognize, but if you Google it, it was called The Boogans, and it was based out of Colorado in the mines back then. And I'm from Colorado, and
let me fetch that real quick. Hold on.
And it was one that scared the hell out of me.
The Boogans.
Yep, it was The Boogans, and the night I saw that was the first night I ever saw Alien. So I got the double feature of both of them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I have seen this.
Okay.
The little alien of the little monsters is reminiscent of the monsters on the gate.
Yeah.
They look just alike.
But it came out before The Gate.
Yeah, I've seen this. I've seen this, and I've seen another old one. Equinox. I've seen it too.
Okay, now I'm going to test your knowledge and your age. I know Boris probably has seen this one. William Shatner movie, Kingdom of the Spiders.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you it's one of my favorite William Shatner ever movies.
Now,
As we travel down the rabbit hole of the B movies.
Yeah,
we're getting there. We're getting there because I got to throw
what
in.
about Demon Night?
I got to
Demon
throw
Night?
in.
I think it's called Demon Night, where these kids go to a party in this old abandoned, I want to say, house or mansion.
Night of the Demons.
Yeah, not Night of the Demons. There it is. Yeah.
Well, I have to throw in. I have to throw in the Andromeda Strain.
I didn't like,
even though that was not a horror in the sense of demons. That was a scary movie.
Mm-hmm.
No, back in its day, yeah.
Now, 2 nights ago, I watched another old horror movie. It was about a house that was haunted, and the guy who was haunting it, like he killed I want to say his son and buried him in this like well, and the guy wasn't like a governor or a mayor or something, and the dead son was trying to tell the reporter what happened to him.
Trish is acting like she knows what you're talking about.
It's this old man that was staying in his house because he was an actual writer. And I can't figure the name of that movie. It's on.
Trish Trish will find it for you. And while she's
I can't
looking,
remember the name of that movie, man, but it's famous. It's real known, well known too.
Mike wants to know if you guys sell your shirts.
We don't sell our shirts as of right now, but like I tell all our fans, we cater to our fans, and I will personally sell the shirt off my back. I will sign it. The price got to be right. You can have it right here. I will bring this shirt. I will autograph.
30.
Price
Okay.
got to be right.
$35.99, and it's yours, Mike.
As long as you wash it first.
There it is.
Well, you don't want to wash it. If it's signed, you can't wash it.
I won't wash it.
See, there you go.
Need to have my smell, my polo smell, and everything on it. You know what I'm saying?
Not only can you purchase a copy of Mississippi Zombie, you get that shirt, you're gonna have some Mississippi funk to go along with it.
Exactly. that dry heat sweat.
Boris says, quick, while Steve is a little bit tipsy, everyone switched the topic of conversation to something totally unrelated, like the chief export of Finland, or why Cromwell and his Roundheads were essential to establishing the English Parliament as a legitimate ruling body.
Boris, you just went over my head.
I'm going to tell you, Boris, you need to switch over to PBS podcast.
Definitely.
But he also says, to get serious, Second Sight is really good company, putting out solid stories with top-of-the-line art and dialogue. Boris was really impressed with that an indie company could put out material that is better than some DC and Marvel titles. Here's hoping Mississippi Zombie gets at least a Netflix series.
Me too, Boris. Me too. I am praying hard that somebody pick us up for something. I take a sci-fi spot. I don't care. Sci-fi. Hell, I even take Hallmark.
Okay, I'll give you sci-fi because everybody strives to be a sci-fi Saturday movie.
I mean, I take.
But Hallmark, man, nah, you ain't one of those. It's not a Christmas story.
Stop. No. See, that's where a lot of folks don't understand about Hallmark Channel. Some of the Hallmark stuff is good, like Killer Stepmoms and. I can't
He said Killer Stepmoms.
He can't even do it.
Killer Stepmoms. No, I think you're talking about Lifetime, man.
Yeah, that's Lifetime.
Yeah. Lifetime. Yeah. There you go.
You get Killer Stepmoms.
I get them confused because they're all chick channels. All right.
Killer Stepmom cheerleader movies. That's Lifetime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I take that.
You get the nurse killer, then you get the nurse's assistant killer, then you get the doctor killer who was dating the nurse. So
and then they all come together and get married, and it's a happy ending anyway.
It is a happy ending, yeah. They found forgiveness and brought up in the sunset.
My daughter had me trapped in the basement because she didn't want to do her homework. Now I'm trying to dig my way out.
Now, talking about basement, I'm going to come back to that in a second. But Boris says killer tarantulas. End was great with the whole town encased in webbing. Waxwork,
that was
Waxwork 2 were good 80s schlock movies.
Yeah, I forgot about Waxwork. Those were good movies.
And then Mike says, make a Christmas movie special on Hallmark.
Christmas zombie.
A Christmas zombie special on Hallmark.
Well, we don't
we
have
can
it
make
on
that
Hallmark,
happen.
but we do have a Christmas zombie edition of Mississippi Zombie coming up soon. Actually, that's issue 4, ain't it?
Issue 4.
The winter edition, yeah.
Okay. Now I'm going to go back to basement because what you said, talking about the basement and everything. I'm going to tell you when my sister got pregnant, I got sent to the basement. My room was upstairs, and when she got pregnant, she got upstairs, and I got sent to the basement. Okay. So the movie that freaked me out, and I never wanted to go to the basement, was It's Alive.
It's Alive. That was a good one.
With
Yeah.
that killer ass baby that was
Yeah.
and it was in
Yeah.
the basement in one of the scenes. Man, I would look down the stairs before I would even go down there, and I figured out a rig that would turn on the light before I would ever get downstairs because that thing creeped me the hell out.
Babies. And so what's the best doll movie you've seen as far as horror movies go? Cause you got Child's Play, of course, but you also got Dolly Dearest. Everybody don't remember that. You got Dolly Dearest.
What about Doll Man versus the Demonic Toys?
I didn't really like that too good, too much. You know that.
I know, but if we were talking about Puppet Master, I had to go with the same company.
Yeah. I'm telling you, Puppet Master for me was it. As much as I like Child's Play, as much as I like Chucky, it was the puppets in Puppet Master. That was it for me.
Annabelle.
And see, Trish has Annabelle.
I'm talking about old school. That's new school.
Yeah, but it's based off of a Raggedy Ann doll.
Yeah.
That's the creepy part of it.
Yeah. Like my new book coming out, Sonny, based off of Child's Play
Okay.
and Dolly Dearest.
What do you think about the Child's Play series coming up?
I'm gonna love it. It's a lot better than the last movie. Chucky is not a smart doll. He don't control cars with his finger. He don't turn up thermostats. Chucky is a killer in a doll's body. That's what made him a smart doll. He's a smart doll. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Trash. I walked out in the theater. I paid my $10. I was 30 minutes in. I walked out.
Yeah, but once they started going where he could impregnate another doll, it was beyond.
Had a son who had two personalities, one boy, one girl. Cut it out. That ain't Chucky.
Okay, guys, it is 10 o'clock, so let's do what we usually do at the end of the story. Where will these guys be able to get see you guys next? I know it's going to be MegaCon for all the local people, but in your words, tell everybody how they can get hold of you and how they can see you next.
You can get a hold of me on Twitter at Second Sight Pub or Instagram at Bradley Golden 6 or Second Sight Publishing 2021 or Facebook Bradley Golden. You'll know my picture. It's always got something crazy, scary up there.
But it's never a picture of himself.
No. I'll be at MegaCon. I'll be at Daytona, the beach. So I'll definitely be there. I'll be at what's the other one, Marcus?
Spooky Empire
in September, in October. Spooky Empire. Definitely.
All right, and you can catch me on Facebook, Marcus Roberts, or at the Second Sight Publishing LLC page. On Twitter, Marcus Roberts 1. I'm not on Instagram or Snapchat because I told my kids I would not invade their space. So my kids on IG. But yeah, Twitter, Facebook, you can find me on LinkedIn. The best thing to do though, if you really want to keep up with us and how things are going, is on Facebook and our Facebook page, because that's updated daily probably. Peter Bro
and Twitter.
And Twitter. Peter Bro is our marketing promotions guy. And when he's not doing anything up in Canada, he's making sure our page is rolling good.
Okay, and as you guys can see, Trish tagged their Facebook page down there for you guys, so you know how to get hold of Second Sight. For us, you guys can catch us this weekend at Jacksonville Comic and Toy Show up in Jacksonville, of course. We're going to make a weekend of it. We're going to hit the local comic book stores up there, pass out the flyers for the next OLO. But we're going to be there all day Sunday. And then, of course, we will be back next Thursday. We won't be at MegaCon on Thursday, but you can look at us on Friday. But next Thursday, we will be back on, of course, 8 o'clock Eastern time, and we will have Boris on here. It's the first time Boris actually gets interviewed. So please tune in, check it out. It's going to be a great time. We'll talk about anything from horror movies to horror comics. And we got Tom down here tagging about the Jacksonville show, which, Tom, watch all the way through the outro tonight, and I think you'll be impressed. But other than that, guys, I know these guys have to get going because it is 10 o'clock and it's way past, old people's bedtimes.
I'm saying that it's 9 my time, so it's another hour.
Oh, see? Okay, so with that, guys, anything else you guys want to tell everybody?
Thanks for watching, and look, O.C.D, we love you all, guys. We appreciate you all giving us a shot. We appreciate you taking time. Call us anytime, and we'll talk shop, man. Comics, cartoons, movies, it doesn't matter.
All right. Like I said, I'm hoping to have you guys on like every other month. I would love to have it, knowing what you guys got going on. But until later, guys, and Bradley, you don't got to leave the minute that we get gone, or I do the outro. We can talk for a couple minutes if you would like. You too, Marcus, but I know you got to get going. But with that, guys, until next week or this weekend, have a good one.
Bye.
Stay the
Later.